Good evening and welcome to West Central High School. It is a Week 9 regular season finale, and we've got a dandy here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. It's 7-1 Amboy, the defending state champion, against the 7-1 West Central Heat. And we're happy to bring that one here to you this evening from Biggsville, Illinois. Chris Rankhauser here on the call. Adam Hulett on camera duty for me this evening. Of course, both teams, as I said, 7-1. Both teams losing in Week 1. West Central falling to West Carroll in Week 1, 42-0. And Amboy falling 30-22 to top seed and number one ranked Milledgeville. So both squads have rolled off 7 straight wins. Should be a dandy here as we've just wrapped up the senior night festivities here at West Central High School. As we see the Amboy Clippers on the far side, they're going to be in the road white jerseys with the red numbers, black pants. Head coach is Scott Payne, Tyson Powers, Jeremy Whitnauer, Sam Jones, Ken Strickland, and Mitchell McLaughlin. For West Central, Jason Kirby, assistant coach Steve Arnold, Jim Unruh, Tom Williams, and Austin Bigger. As the officials out at midfield, we should get the West Central captains rolling out towards midfield. We'll have our coin toss coming up here in just a moment. We're brought to you by great sponsors here on TSSR Game Time Live, including Rosie's Pizza. They offer something for everyone. The pasta sandwiches, of course, pizza, dine in or carry out at 450 80th Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, give Rosie's a call at 309-772-2101. Don't forget, chat us up. Let us know where you're tuned into this evening, which should be a dandy of a ball game. We've got a couple of people already. Lydia Johnson, R3B, let's go Clippers, and Valerie Holman, 4840, let's go West Central. As we do see the coaches and captains heading to midfield. As Adam gets that in focus for us, as the two teams out at midfield. Let's get the coin toss there in the middle if we could, bud. Thank you. Appreciate it. Again, West Central in the home blue with the written numbers. Blue pants, the navy blue pants with the blue jersey tops. And a pretty good crowd here on the West Central side. Decent turnout for the distance for the Amboy folks. I'm sure some of those folks tuning in back to the local radio stations, hopefully tuning in here to watch it on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Officials going over some of the ground rules here this evening for this Week 9 contest. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, the big day, the I8FA playoff field is set. Seedings and all that good stuff, as well as 11-man with classes 1A through 8A. So the playoff fields in both 8-man and 11-man will be set tomorrow by the end of the evening tomorrow, and then first-round matchups coming up next week. And for 8-man all the way, we'll hopefully be there for most of the playoff games, hopefully all of them, but at least most of them. And then, of course, we'll be there at Monmouth College on the 21st for the I8FA 8A State Football Championship. Coin toss, looks like they're talking with Amboy first and West Central, so we'll wait for the officials to let us know what's going on and how we're going to get this one underway. Amboy won the toss, and they will receive. They will go left to right on your screen, north to south. West Central will go south to north here in our opening quarter. We'll step aside, and we'll be back with a kick in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, Health Link, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
National anthem performed by the West Central Band here on this Friday evening. Again, thanks for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Just about straight up 7 o'clock on this Friday evening. Again, week 9, kickoff temperature right at 51 degrees tonight here in Biggsville, Illinois. As we're going to see the heat come out from the south end zone, as Amboy is going to head to their bench on the east side of the field here in Biggsville this evening. So we'll see the Amboy offense first in this contest. And here come the heat to the field at West Central High School, as we are just about set for kickoff here. 12 minutes on the clock. We'll step aside for a quick word, and we'll be right back. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, Health Link, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here as we are set for kickoff between the Heat and the Clippers. Good crowd filing in here in Biggsville. As the Heat and now the Clippers onto the field, back deep for Amboy. It'll be number 4, Colt McCoy. And number 3, Cody Wynn. As we're getting the game ball thrown in. Cooper Gibb, number 2, to kick it away for West Central. Officials are set, whistle, and we are underway. The approach, a low line drive kick fielded by one of the upman, number 2, Caden Heath, for the Clippers. He's going to be tripped up just short of the 40-yard line at about the 38. I believe Jordan Kane, number 16, on the stop for West Central on the play. Wesley Blower, 5297. Go West Central. Shout out to Cameron Robinson. Good luck from your family in South Dakota. First down for the Clippers. And good run on first down off the left side out across the 45 to about the 47. Jose Lopez on the carry for the Clippers. Gain of 8. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for West Central for Amboy at their own 47. Single eye set, extended eye set, handoff to the deep man, number 4. That's Colt McCoy, and he's going to have enough for a Clipper first down across midfield into Heat territory, out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. That's where they're going to mark it. So a gain of 9 for McCoy and a Amboy first down. Actually going to mark it at the 47. And we're going to come quick to the line. Eye set. Now we're going to go shotgun set. Quarterback for the Clippers, number 7, Tanner Welch, going to hand off near side. That's Lopez. He's across the 40. Inside the 40, the pile still driving down close to the 35-yard. A gain of about, see where they put the down marker. Called a gain of 8 again. And again, a 2nd and short for the Clippers. 2nd and 2 at the West Central 36, just underway, 10:50 to play here in our opening quarter. We're going to send a receiver out far side, shotgun set. Now, actually, 2 receivers are going to send Lopez in motion to the near side. Welch, handoff to number 2, Caden Heath, and he's going to shoot right up the middle across the 30 down near the 25-yard line. And mark it at the 26, a gain of 10. And a Clipper first down. 10-20 and counting here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Amboy at the West Central 25-yard line. Eye set. No, single back set. My apologies. Going to be a pitch over to Heath. He'll go left side. And he's inside the 10. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown for the Amboy Clippers. 10:05 to play here in the opening quarter. And 6-0 lead for Amboy. So that score coming at 10:05 to play here in the first quarter. Heath on the touchdown. My apologies. Going to send Heath in motion. Going to be a handoff, and that was Heath. My apologies. So the 2-point conversion is good with 10:05 to play here in the opening quarter. 8-0 in favor of the Clippers, and we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a moment.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Back here at West Central High School, 8-0 in favor of the Heat. So we'll get the 2 points there on the board to make it 8-0 in favor of Amboy. As who's going to kick it away? I believe that'll be number 5, Ryland McNitch, 6'2", senior for the Clippers. And looks like a couple back deep for West Central. Trying to get a good read on the number. It's going to be a squib kick. And it's going to be fallen on by West Central at their own 30. 21, Cameron Robinson, coming off a pretty nice game at BPC last week, gets on the football for the Heat, and they'll have their first offensive possession of the contest. 9:45 and counting, the clock's rolling. It should have stopped. So 9:33 to play. West Central going to come out I set. Quarterback Colton Spence. Handoff up the middle for off the right side for a gain of a couple on the play. Aiden Garner on the carry, I believe, for West Central on the play. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for West Central at their own 31-yard line. Clock under 9 minutes to play in the opening quarter. I set again. Spence, handoff second back, going to dance around off the right side. And nowhere to go as he's going to be swarmed under on the far side. I believe 83, Evan Flanagan in on the stop. Call it no gain. I think that was Gibb on the carry that time for West Central. Hard to tell from our distance at times, depending on the angle of the player, to make out the red jersey numbers from our distance here in the Crow's Nest at the north end. 3rd and 9. Going to go under center. Lone setback is going to be Garner. He's going to take the pitch. He's going to cut it back, and he's going to get it close to the 35, out to about the 34, maybe a gain of 3, and bring up a 4th and about 7 for West Central. Clock down under 7:50 to play. Colton Spence, I believe, back deep to kick for the Heat. Colt McCoy, number 4, back for the Clippers. Good snap. Nice kick. Going to go off to the right side and hit, and picked up by McCoy at about the 32, across the 35-40 near side. Cuts it back 45, going to be brought down at the Amboy 48-yard line. And that's where the Clippers will start with their second possession of the night with an 8-point lead with 7:15 to play here in the opening quarter. We're brought to you by Bushnell's Only Furniture Store. MAB Furniture, they are a mainstay in the community and offer free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web, www.mnbfurniturinc.com. Empty set. And it's going to be a straight-up quarterback keeper for number 7, Tanner Welch, and he's going to be into West Central territory down at the 45-yard line, inside the 45 to the 44. It's going to pick up 8 on first down for the Clipper quarterback, number 7, a junior, Tanner Welch. 2nd and 2. Amboy quickly to the line, going to go empty set again. 3 receivers to the near side. One receiver to the far side is McCoy. They're going to send Heath in motion, going to be a little screen out to McCoy. He's got some room on his feet across the 20 or 30, and going to be brought down inside the 20 to about the 19. A gain of 26 on the little pitch and catch from Welch to McCoy. First and 10 for Amboy. Shotgun set for Welch. Single set back at the 24. Going to be handoff to Lopez. He'll go up the middle across the 20. Looks like inside to about the 19. A gain of 5. And bring up a 2nd and 5 as the clock winds down to 5:30 to play here in our opening quarter with an 8-0 lead for Amboy. And they do mark it at the 19, so 2nd and 5 from the 19 for Amboy. High set. Deep back is McCoy. Up back is Heath. It's going to be a handoff to Heath. Nope, it's going to be a keeper and a pitch for the touchdown to number 4, Colt McCoy, a 19-yard score. And there's a penalty flag, so we'll hold it right here. Personal foul clip on Amboy, so take the touchdown off the board. I guess if you don't put it on the board, it technically isn't on the board already, but regardless, a touchdown will not stand. Clock stopped now with 4:54 to play. And that was a clip down near the goal line, it looked like. So I'm going to move it out to the 16. And bring up a second and about 1. So 2nd and 1 from the 16. I set again for Amboy and Welch. Takes a snap, going to hand off to the lead back. And he's bouncing off people, hurdling people, going to spin down close to the goal line. Nope, going to be right out of bounds at about the 5. That was number 2, Caden Heath. Looks like Graham Kelly, number 8, amongst others, in for the West Central stop. It's clock down now to 4:48 to play. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Clippers at the 6. And it's going to be a waltz into the end zone off the handoff. Colt McCoy, touchdown. Amboy, 4:25 to play. And that's going to make the lead now 14-0 over West Central. Offset I. Handoff. Going to be a pitch back from Gibb, I believe, to Lopez, and Lopez is going to get in for the 2-point conversion, and that'll make it a 16-0 lead for for Amboy. 4:25 to play here in the opening quarter. We'll be back with the kick. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
My philosophy in pediatrics is definitely prevention, early intervention, and advocacy. Being an advocate for my patients is one of the main reasons why I got into pediatrics in the first place. I like working close with families and being able to empower moms, especially first-time moms, or empower any caregiver. MDH Peds gives that family-centered care. My name is Leilani Segura, and I am a pediatrician at McDonough District Hospital.
Back here in Biggsville, West Central High School, Amboy set to kick it away. Again, number 5, Ryland McNitch to kick it away. I think Kelly is the up man for West Central, and number 11, Aiden Garner, and it's going to be a low kick, going to bounce off one of the up men, and fallen by the same up man for West Central. I think that's Nolan Forbes, number 15, that fell on that football for West Central. And they'll have it 1st and 10 for their second offensive possession at their own 41-yard line with exactly 4 minutes to play. Colton Spence, a sophomore, under center I formation for West Central. Benson bobbled the handoff, or the snap, and he's going to get on the football, and it's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. down to 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. He's going to come out with single set. Spence going to look to throw. He's going to dump one down the middle. He's got a man. That's Gardner. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, West Central. Spence to Aiden Gardner, 61 yards for the score. West Central on the board, 2:51 to play, 16-6 in favor of the Clippers. West Central going to come out, I set. Spence, Gardner, and Kelly, the setbacks behind the sophomore quarterback. Going to hand off to the lead back. That's Kelly pushing towards the goal line. Officials say he did not cross the plane, so with 2:51 to play, West Central on the board, down 10 now, 16-6. 2:51 to play here in the first. We'll be back with a kick in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
16-6 in favor of Amboy. On that Spence 61-yard pass to Garner, the two-point conversion is no good. As we get the approach, Spence going to squib one down, going to be picked up by number 2, Caden Heath. And he's going to get it across the 40, still on his feet, out towards midfield, finally brought down at the West Central 49-yard line. So great field position again for the Clippers, enjoying a 10-point lead. Thanks for tuning in here at TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Also brought to you by Reardon State Bank. Bushnell branch located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, as Amboy got to come out shotgun set. Low snap handoff to the setback. That's Lopez. Going to push out one of his blockers and kick it out to the near side across the West Central 45 to the 43. We'll call it a gain of 6. And we finished telling you about Reardon State Bank here in just a moment. Shotgun set. Single back. Looks like that might be McCoy. And it is, and he's got a lot of room. Breaking tackles. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Amboy, 1:39 to play. So it only takes 2 plays for Amboy to come right back and put some more points on the board. 22-6 now with 1:39 to play in the opening quarter. As we'll fix our scoreboard, we went a little haywire and put the points on the West Central side, so we'll get that straightened out. There we go. Amboy going to pitch it out near side. Lopez, he'll somersault into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 1:39 to play in the first. 24-6 in favor of West Central. We'll be back with a kick. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And now we've got too many points on the board here. We'll get our scoreboard can at times have a mind of its own. And there we go, 24-6, a minute 39 to play in the first half. Ryland McNitch to kick it away. Graham and Gardner back deep for West Central. Scratch that. That is not Kelly back deep because I see him on the near sideline. And a good job. A line drive kick fielded again. I believe that might be number 15, Nolan Forbes. On the recovery, and West Central going to start 1st and 10 from their own 46.
West Central taking over on the 41.
Don't forget, chat us up. Let us know where you're tuned in to tonight, watching this one from Biggsville. Spence under center, single back set. Kind of hand off to Kelly. Graham Kelly's going to pick up a couple on the play. Now they're going to say a gain of 1. So 2nd and 9. Get back to Raritan State Bank. The Bushnell branch located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell offer full-service banking and loan services. For all your banking needs, come visit the bank. A friendly service. Call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans and Heat and all our West Central Illinois schools. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. 2nd and 9. I set pitch to Garner. Going to follow his blockers, and a good job there shading off the blocker and picking up the stop. Evan Flanagan, number 83, the 6'1 junior for the Clippers. Going to be a loss of a couple back inside the 45 and bring up a 3rd and 11 as we're down to 25 seconds to play on our first quarter clock. Sarah Amos, 65-16, watching from Edinburgh, Illinois. Thanks for tuning in. Clock down to 5 seconds. Heat going to get one play off. I formation. They get it off. Going to be a delayed handoff to Gardner as he's wrapped up in the backfield. 58 on the stop. Trevor Stencil, and 52, I believe, as well. Henry Klein possibly in for the hit, and that's going to be a big loss back to the 30 or 41-yard line. And we'll reset the clock. 12 minutes on the clock. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here at West Central High Schools, we'll get the clock or the quarter changed, and we're set for the second quarter here on a 4th and long, 4th and about 12 for West Central, as it'll be a punt situation for the Heat. Nope, they're going to look to go for it. That's Spence. He's going to throw, and it's going to be intercepted. Number 3, Cody Wynn on the pick, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Clippers right at midfield, it looks like, for the squad from Amboy. Sarah Amos, also South Fork Pony fan, checking out some teams we may see in a couple weeks. Sarah, you guys have got a pretty good squad down there coming in at 8-0 into this week's action. And Randy Wheeler, -G1, Let's Go Blue from Canton, Illinois. I set. Welch going to look on to throw. He's got a man wide open in the middle field. That is McNitch, and he's going to be brought down after a good run after the catch inside the 15 down to the 14. Gain of 35 yards unofficially as they mark it at the 15. Second completion for Welch for 61 yards. Single set, shotgun, little collision in the backfield between Welch and Heath. And a gain of maybe, well, they're going to give Heath a gain of a couple on the play. And thanks for tuning in here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 10:40 to play here in the opening half. 24-6 lead for Amboy. Shotgun set for Tanner Welch. Single back is McCoy, and he's going to get the handoff. And he's going to break tackles inside the 10, dragging people down close to the 5-yard line to Cooper Gibb, 9 Spence, and 58. Noah Johnson on the stop for West Central. And it's going to be a gain of about 7 or so and bring up a nope, they're going to say first and goal at the 5. Single back, under center this time. Handoff, dive, running back, short of the goal line, number 2, Caden Heath. Called a gain of about 4. And we're going to mark him at the 2, so gain of 3, second and goal from the 2 for Amboy at the West Central 2-yard line. 9:25 to play here in the first half. 24-6 in favor of the Clippers. Again, under center this time. Welch, hand off again, and walking into the end zone for the touchdown, number 2, Caden Heath, this time from 2 yards out. And that's going to make it a 30-6 lead in favor of the Clippers. He break the huddle. 2-point conversion on the way. Shotgun set, and it's just going to be a direct snap to McCoy, and he'll get in for the 2-point conversion. So a 9:12 to play here in the first half. 32-6 in favor of the Clippers. We'll be back in just a moment. You're tuned in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
As we're back, and actually the 2-point conversion penalty on that, so we take the 2 off the board and push it back to the 2-point conversion from the 18. Walt's going to look to throw. He's got a man open, and the pass knocked down by Kelly, it looks like, for West Central, and that's where we'll stay at 30-6, 9:12 to play here in the first half, and we'll be back with a kick. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Back here in Biggsville, I can tell you about Western Illinois University at WIU. Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out at WIU. There's limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. Riley Mitnich to kick it away for the Heat. Aiden Garner back deep for West Central. A line drive kick's going to go all the way down to the goal line, picked up across the 5-10, out to about the 13-yard line, and number 12 down on the stop for Amboy, Damian Bender. Garner will get it out to the 12, and that's where West Central will start 1st and 10 from their own 11. It looks like they're going to move it. Yep, the scoreboard says the 11. 8:59 to play here in the first half. Coach Kirby sends out the West Central offense. We'll see 75 coming in late for Amboy, a Wyatt File, 5'9", 215-pound junior up front for the Clippers. Spence under center, I set for the Heat. Graham and Garner, the setbacks, are Kelly and Garner, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle for about 3, it looks like. So we'll give Spence 3 on the carry. Clock down to 8:30 to play here in the opening half. 2nd and 7 from the 15. I set. Graham Kelly and Aiden Garner, the setbacks. It's going to be Kelly, and he's going to fall forward. He's taken out underneath by the Amboy defense. Kelly going to pick up a couple more on the play. We'll call it a gain of about 2 and bring up a 3rd down and about 5. Clock down to 8 minutes to play here in the first half. 30-6 in favor of the Clippers. I set Spence. Going to be a pitch to Garner. He's going to stutter step and I think going to fall forward on the dive there after he hit. And have enough for a West Central first down. Stop made by number 83, Evan Flanagan, for the Heat. And it is enough for a first down, a gain of about 5 out to the 23. So we see number 21, Cameron Robinson, the junior, checking into the ball game for the Heat. I set. Spence under center. Going to hand off to Robinson, and he's going to get out of the initial tackler and get it back to about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 156. No, that has to be 58. Trevor Stencil, I believe, on the stop for Amboy. So we're down to 6:40 to play here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll get some score updates around the area, update the stats, and our MDH halftime interview on the way, all at the half. Hand off to the lead back, Kelly. I believe that was Graham Kelly on the carry. It was, and he'll pick up about a yard or so, maybe 2 on the play. Just not much going for West Central right now thus far on the ground here in the first half. The big score coming on the 61-yard touchdown pass from Spence to Gardner. 3rd and 9, 5:55 to play here in the opening half. Ball at the West Central 23-yard line. I set going to be a fake pitch and a pass out here on the flat to number 2, Cooper Gibb. And he's going to get it up close to the 30 and bring up a 4th and short, about 4th and maybe 4. Called a gain of about 5. We'll call it on the pass from Spence to Gibb. 4th and 4. Clock stopped as he was brought down out of bounds. 5:42 to play in the first half. I formation. Here, hard count, trying to see if they can get Amboy to jump offside. They will not. So West Central and Coach Kirby going to take the timeout here with 5:28 to play in the first. And with that timeout, we'll step aside. And we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Back here on 4th down, it'll be a punt situation. As the kick's going to be blocked. Out of bounds, Flanagan on the block for the Clippers, and it's going to be inside the 20, I believe, near the 15. 1st and 10 for Amboy with 5:21 to play here in the first half. Some score updates already from around the area. Flanagan at Cornell Woodland 30, BPC 0, that in the second quarter. Galva 14, West Prairie 8. We'll have more scores for you coming up in half. West Central going to take their second timeout of the first half, so they'll have one remaining. And with that, we'll step aside again. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here in Biggsville, West Central High School, we're brought to you by Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell for over 100 years. Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending, and its trust department. Stop by the main branch in Bushnell at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. Snap. Going to fake the handoff. Pass. Man open in the end zone. Sliding catch for the touchdown. Tanner Welch to Cody Wynn. And that'll push the lead to 36-6 in favor of the Clippers. And Amboy going to come out with Welch in the, nope, going to be McCoy, direct snap to him. Low snap, picked up. He'll follow in off the blockers off the right side into the end zone. And it is good, the two-point conversion. That's going to make it 38-6. 5:16 to play here in the first half. We'll be back with the kick in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
38-6 in favor of the Clippers. 5:16 to play here in the first half. We're brought to you by King Family Chiropractic with locations of Bushnell, Macomb. They support the area athletes. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MyDC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals for just $85. Chris Rankhauser here with you on the call. Adam Hulett on the camera duties this evening. Rylan McNitch to tee it up. 6'2 senior. Tight end DN for the Clippers. The approach. That's going to be a high end over end kick. Going to back them up. He slipped down as that was number 18. Couldn't make out if that was Forbes or Jordan Carter Gibb. And the knee slipped down here as it is cooling off, and I'm sure the field getting a little slick. So the knee down at the 10-yard line. That's where West Central will start 1st and 10 with 5:08 to play. 38-6 in favor of the Clippers. It'll be I set. Spence. Handoff second back through. And going to be wrapped up right there at the line of scrimmage. Number 21, Cameron Robinson, on the carry for no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Heat at their own 10-yard line. Clock down to 4:35 to play. So number 2, Cooper Gibb, coming to the sidelines for West Central. Again, coming up tomorrow evening, the 11-man and 8-man playoff fields will be set. And we'll get our first-round matchups, opponents for the playoff teams coming up tomorrow. 2nd and 10, a short gain of a couple on the play. Looks like Kelly. Called a gain of maybe 2 on the play, and short 2. 3:50 counting here in the first half. 38-6 in favor of West Central, or Amboy, my apologies. Again, coming up at the half, our MDH halftime interviews, try and get some more scores from around the area as it's 3rd down. Pitch Spence to, I believe that might have been Robinson. I'm not sure. It was Robinson. And it's going to be a loss of a yard on the play on the pitch. And it's going to be a 4th and long at the West Central 9. And looks like Spence back to kick. Remember, the last kick was blocked. Can't tell. That looks like maybe McCoy back at the Heat 45-yard line to receive the kick. It's like maybe Amboy not going to put on much pressure this time, and Nice high spiraling kick fielded by McCoy and dropped at the 43. Across the 40 near side, 35-30. And he's going to get a big hit by Gibb out of bounds as play out of bounds at the 23-yard line. That's where Amboy will start first and 10. 2:47 to play here in the first half, up by 32. It's 38-6 in favor of Amboy. I set. Tanner Welch under center. Hand off to Lopez, and he's tiptoeing around through the defense down close to the 10-yard line, and he'll have enough for a Clipper first down, brought down, it looks like, at about the 9. See who that last Heat player up on the far side is. Might be Gibb again. I couldn't tell from the far side of the field. So it'll be first and goal after the gain of 13 for Lopez. Going to be a handoff to the lead back, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown. Number 2, Caden Heath on the run. For the touchdown for the Clippers. That's going to push the score to 44-6. I set. Welch under center. Hand off to the second back. That's Lopez, and he's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So with 2:01 to play, now a 40-point advantage for Amboy, 46-6. We'll be back with a kick in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Back here at West Central High School, 46-6 in favor of the Clippers. Rylan Manich to kick it away, number 5. Looks like a couple back deep. Looks like Cooper Gibb, and I believe that is 15, Nolan Forbes on the far side for West Central. As the approach is going to be a high and over-end kick. Fielded at the 10, dropped back at the 9, picked up across the 15, 20. Spins out of 1, though. That's number 12. And on his feet, still chugging away into West Central, or Amboy territory. On a big return, number 18. My apologies, that's Carter Gibb on the return. Again, well, those red numbers on the dark jersey, a little hard to see, but a great return for Carter Gibb down to the Amboy 40-yard line. About a 50-yard return as the Heat offense will step out to the field. Colton Spence under center, I formation. Kelly and Gardner in the backfield. Going to hand off to Kelly right up the middle, and he'll go forward for a couple of yards. Looks like 58. Trevor Stencil. And number 2, Caden Heath on the stop, is number 60 checking in for the Clippers. Owen Loomis, a 5'10" senior up front for the Clippers. So 2nd and 9 as Kelly will pick up 1 on first down. Spence under center. Hand off to Kelly again. He's going to run into a brick wall. Nope, it was a fake and a keeper by the quarterback, Spence. And it's going to be a loss of a couple back to the 42-yard line, we'll call it. And a 3rd and long as we've got 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Third and 11, probably for one more play for West Central here in the first half. I set again, Spence under center, down to 20 seconds to play. Kelly and Garner the setback. Spence is going to look to throw near side. He's got a man open, and we're going to get a pass interference penalty as number 3 over the back. That was Cody Wynn, the pass intended for number 48. Davion Price. And that will be enough for an automatic first down for West Central. And they'll mark it off at the line from the line of scrimmage. Pass interference on the Amboy Clippers is the call. That stopped the clock with the incomplete pass. 13.8 seconds to play and move it down to the Clipper 26-yard line. Going to go empty set, a receiver to both sides. Spence going to look to throw, is going to lob one out. Caught on the far side by number 81, I believe, Cody Wade. Going to move it from the 25 to the 15. It looks like a gain of 10. .8 seconds to play. Clock stopped. Knows the football actually at about the 14, we'll call it. So first and at 10 from the 14. Again, same look. Single receivers to both sides. Robinson, the receiver to the near side. Spence going to take the handoff. Same pass, going to lob it up. Caught, touchdown. West Central. 14 yards from Spence to Robinson with 5.5 seconds to play in the first half. It makes it 46-12 as the Heat get back on the scoreboard here late in the first half. Two-point conversion attempt on the way. They're going to go back to the I set. Spence under center. Robinson the deep back. They're going to fake and caught on the near side. The two-point conversion pass to Cooper Gibbs. So with 5.5 seconds to play, 46-14 in favor of the Clippers. We'll be back with a kick in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy.
Back here at West Central High School is our quarter apparently never updated. We'll get that switched around. I don't know why. Our scoreboard, again, likes to sometimes have a brain of its own, and there we go. So 5.5 seconds to go. Clinton Stimson, great job, Gibb Brothers. Valerie Holman, 48-44. Let's go West Central was in the stands, too cold, came home, happened to be able to watch it at home, and we're glad to be able to bring it to you. Yeah, it is a little on the chilly side out here this evening as the approach, and it's going to be a line drive kick to the far side, picked up by Heath. He's across the 45, breaking tackles down to about the 47 as the horn sounds at the break. 46-14 in favor of the Clippers. We'll step aside for the MDH halftime interview. Be back with some updated stats and check in on some scores from around the area. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by
All right, well, we're here with Bill Murdoch, and this is the second year in a row, Bill, that I've talked to you.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably unfortunately for you. I think you might have been the most talked about interview of all of our MDH interviews last year, though.
I don't know whether I need to be proud of that or ashamed of that. I don't know which one to go with.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Probably.
The thing that I find comical is I gave you a hard time last year, as I said, because, man, you're way up the ladder. You know, you're a high-end employee for me to be talking to, and you're even higher up the road now than you were last year.
Yeah. Yes. Last year when we spoke, I was the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, and since then I've been in the CEO role, Chief Executive Officer here at the hospital for about 8 months now.
Well, not to toot your horn, but everything I hear is good coming out of MDH since you've taken over. So what was your mindset when you stepped into that role, and what do you see MDH doing here this year?
I've never had aspirations to be a CEO of a hospital, but we have a great team here, and I just felt it was that time in my career to step in and take over and see how it goes. We have a great team here at MDH, very proud of everybody. They're very passionate and have a lot of pride in the organization. So it just made that job so much easier for me to step into my new role.
Yeah, it's easy to work with people who want to do a good job, isn't it? And it seems like everybody I talk to here is that kind of person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's engaged, and they want to do well, and they want to succeed. And we want them to succeed here at the organization.
I think MDH has always had a pretty good name in the area. What are you trying to do for MDH to even step that up a little bit more?
Right. So Pat Osterman and myself, we've done a lot of community relationship building, reaching out to the community leaders, reaching out to our competitors to see how we can work together better to be a stronger organization overall.
Yeah, strong organization, and you guys continue to add pieces and parts. You've expanded to Monmouth. We talked a little bit about that with your urgent care and physical therapy. The pharmacy is looking really nice right now.
Right, and it's ready to come online. The construction's finishing up this week, and then next step is to get the certifications, inspections going. So we should be open for business later at the end of this year or first part of January.
So we mentioned last year you're relatively local to the McDonough County area. So you're one of the first CEOs that I remember that's local to McDonough. You have like a foothold in the area. Does that make this job, not that being CEO of any company doesn't have meaning, but does it mean a little more for you because you are from here?
It does, and it helps. I think it builds trust because they know I'm local. I'll have that connection with the community. Yes, my mother owns farmland south of town. My father-in-law owns farmland here. My wife's a bomber. She's a leatherneck. I'm a leatherneck. We got kids that are leathernecks too. So I feel like we have a lot of fabric in the community to take this organization to the next level.
Well, we're going to keep the interview shorter, but I cannot get done with this interview without asking if you got any deer last year.
I did. Actually, yes, I did. And as we talked last year too, I participate Hunters for the Hungry, where we donate our harvest, and I did that last year. So yes, I was successful.
So you spend a lot of time at MDH and helping people, and then you're helping people when you're at home too.
Try to. That's a little different. You know, you're by yourself, and sometimes that's good to decompress and do all that. But yeah, no, it works out well.
So what's been the biggest surprise? You never had any ideas of wanting to be CEO. What's been the biggest surprise so far since you've taken a job?
Oh, I think just the loyalty our staff has for the organization. They want it to do well, and I think with that support has made this job so much better for me.
Well, Bill, I appreciate you talking to me. It's always fun getting to talk to you, so hopefully we'll do it again next year, and we'll have new big things to talk about from MDH.
Let's plan on it, and thank you for your time, and have having me on again this year after last year.
Hey, not a problem. Like I said, you were the biggest fan, I think, supported video of all of them. So we'll see if you can continue that. Maybe I should give an award.
You think?
I think we should come up with an award.
Okay, you work on that.
Okay,
Then we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing how, getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Back here at West Central High School, 46-14 in favor of Amboy at the half. We'll see if we can get some area scores for you. Do not have an update. Had somebody in the chat ask about the Peoria Heights score. I do not have a score on that one as of yet. We can pass along. Second quarter, Gatla 34, West Prairie 14. Also second quarter, FCW 38, BPC 0. Of course, Macomb winning by the forfeit as LVC unable to field enough players for that contest. Let's check out some other scores. Mercer County 7, Mendota 3, West Hancock 32, Walter Lutheran 0, Princeville 32, United Red Storm 0, that at the half. Knoxville says 34-7 over Stark County second quarter. Rock Ridge 35, the Hull Red Devils 6. See, we're getting a lot of Iowa scores there. Illini West 20, Elmwood 16 at the half. See some other scores from around West Central Illinois. Monmouth Roseville 20. Sterling Newman 7, no score or no update in the A-Town Rova Williamsville game. That is on our YouTube platform as well, and you can tune over and check that one out. And I might just do that here as we are at the half. Central getting back on the scoreboard there with about 5 seconds to play here in the first half. You know, tell you what, we'll step aside and we'll get a couple more MDH commercials in for you and come back with some stats and much more. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Back here at West Central High School to get do have a score update. It looks like it's 8-8 Rova Williamsfield and A-Town and Abington as they look to be at the half in that one. Again, chat us up. Let us know where you're tuned into. Randy Wheeler G1, 79 Blue Cook Mom, Get It Son. Appreciate all the chats and letting us know where you're tuned into. We'll see if at some point during the contest we can track down the score of the Peoria Heights game, and if we do, we'll pass that along to you as we're down to about 2.5 minutes left on the halftime clock. Amboy back out. Still do not see Coach Kirby and the Heat yet back to the field here in Biggsville. And we got some great sponsors we can tell you about, including Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124, the focus on local sports. Catch WIU games in the area TSSR Game Time live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Again, we'll pass some scores along to you here at the half. $52-0 now. The update from FCW Flanagan Cornell 52. Flanagan Cornell Woodland 52. BPC 0. That game is at the half. Let's see if we get any more score updates. Yes, we do. Galva 41, Westbury 14. That is in the second quarter. Go down and see if we've got any more updates of scores. It doesn't look like the Mercer County, West Hancock, or Princeville games have changed scoring at all. Looks like that is the current update of scores from around the area. We'll try to keep you posted on the scores in the area here in West Central Illinois on this week number 9. Don't forget, as I said, the I8FA playoffs pairings show, or pairings announcement coming up tomorrow evening, as well as the 11-man classes 1A through 8A playoff field announcement. We'll have all those set by the matchups set by the end of the evening tomorrow, with first round times and dates coming up early next week. And we're excited. We'll be with you through the playoffs and right up to April Zorn Stadium in Monmouth, on the campus of Monmouth College, for the 8-man state football championship coming up on November 21st. And they're going to put the 3 minutes back on the clock so we can tell you some more sponsors here for us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Including Rosie's Pizza, they offer something for everyone: pasta sandwiches and, of course, pizza dine-in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. Alex, what happened to the Macomb game? That ended was a forfeit, as LVC unable to field enough healthy players tonight. So Macomb gets the victory in the forfeit, and basically a week off before they'll hit playoff action next week. While we do this, we'll step aside. We'll come back with get a quick add in, get a couple of stat updates for you in the contest, as it is 46-14 in favor of the Clippers. We'll be back here in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
Back here as we are just about set for third quarter action. West Central will start with the football in the second half. Again, thanks for tuning in here to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. A couple other games out on our platform, or one other game, that and to our east in Abingdon. It was Rova, Williamsfield, and A-Town tied up at 8 apiece at the half. Again, West Prairie Galva game. We've been having internet issues all season long at West Prairie High School. So that game is being recorded and will be put up on our YouTube channel hopefully sometime before the end of the weekend. So West Central will start with the football. They're going to go left to right, north to south on your screen, as Amboy ready to kick it off. Number 5, Rylan McNitch, will kick it off, as we see number 18, Carter Gibb, and number 2, Cooper Gibb. The Gibb boys back deep for West Central at about their own 10-yard line. McNitch with the approach. This is going to be a low line drive kick, picked up at about the 27 by Carter. And he's going to get it up across the 25 or so to the 26. And that's where West Central will start. 1st and 10 from the, actually going to move it back to the 25. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Just underway here in the second half, 11:35 to play. In a relatively quickly played first half. I set Spence under center. Kelly and Gardner. The setback's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Nope, it's going to be a keeper. Spen's going to pitch it over to, nope, that's Robinson in the backfield. My apologies. And he'll pick up a couple on the play. Stop made by number 4, Colt McCoy for Amboy.
Cameron Robinson with a pickup of 4.
Well, it'll be a bigger gain than I thought. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play. 10:40 to play here in the first half, or third quarter, my apologies. Second half, I set Spence under center. Going to be a delay handoff to the second back. That's Robinson, and he's into the secondary and out for a first down. Going to be run out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Enough for a first down. Stop made by number 3, Cody Wynn, 5'9" senior for Amboy. So 1st and 10 for the Heat. First down run for Cameron Robinson, the junior for Coach Kirby and West Central. Clock down to 10 minutes, just underway here in the third quarter. Ball at the Heat 37-yard line. I set. Spence under center. Be a pass play, going to lob it downfield. There's some contact.
Flag on the play.
Intended pass for Cooper Gibb, the defensive back, Colt McCoy, and some contact. And they're going to get McCoy on the pass interference, and it'll be enough for a first down for West Central.
Defensive pass interference.
From the line of scrimmage, that'll be enough for a West Central first down. And move it to the 50-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 for West Central. I set. Spence under center. Going to hand off lead back. That's Kelly. And the ball pops loose. Picked up out of midair by number 3, Cody Wynn. He's on the far sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Amboy. 8:43 to play. Kelly picked up a couple of yards, and the ball bounced out in a perfect hop, like a shortstop in baseball, right into the hands of Cody Wynn, and he takes it the 52 yards to the house for the score. That's going to push the lead out to 52-14 in favor of the Clippers. Welch under center. I formation. Handoff second back. That's Lopez, and he'll into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 8:43 to play. Now a 40-point lead for the Clippers at 54-14. We'll be back with a kick in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Back here at West Central High School, 8:43 to play. (54-14) in favor of the Clippers. Managed to kick it away again. Gibb boys back at about their own 10-yard line. Cooper to the near side and Carter to the east or far side. Mitch with the kick. Going to be an end over and kick. Going to hit and picked up at about the 15 across the 20. He's got some room out across the 25. Still on his feet. And he's going to get out across the 30 to the 32, 33-yard line of West Central. Good return there by Carter Gibb, freshman number 18 for West Central. .805 to play. .54-14 again in favor of the Clippers. Let's get those 2 points on the two-point conversion up on the board. High set and a good run on first down across the far side to Robinson. He's going to have a nice gain of about 8. We'll give him a gain of 8. Second and 2 for West Central. Those are the football right at the Heat 40-yard line. 7 minutes to play, third quarter. Spence in the I set. Under center. Hand off to the lead back. That's Kelly again, and he's going to push forward. He's going to have enough, I believe, for a first down. Yes, he will. Gain of 3 and a Heat first down across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Central first down.
.625 and counting here, third quarter. First and 10 for the Heat from their own 43-yard line. He's going to come out. Spence under center, going to send a single receiver to both sides of the field. That's going to take quick little lob pass up. Robinson, can he run under it? He cannot. Good coverage on the play this time by number 4, Colt McCoy, the 6'2 junior for West Central. That incomplete pass will not stop the clock as we are at the 40-point margin, 54-14. So brings up a second and 10 for West Central from their own 43-yard line. That, by my count, is the first incomplete pass for Spence here in the contest. Had a couple incomplete, but both of those resulted with some penalties on Amboy. 5:25 to play. Second and 10 for West Central from their own 43. High set. Spence again under center. Going to be a pitch back to Robinson, and he's not going to get the corner. Might have gotten it back to the original line of scrimmage as he's brought down out of bounds by Caden Heath, number 2 for the Clippers. And they're going to mark it right at the line of scrimmage, it looks like. So third and long, third and 10 for West Central as we wind under 5 to play here in the third quarter, 4:50 and counting. The Heat led to the line of scrimmage by number 79, the sophomore Caleb Cook, that center for Coach Kirby and squad. Colt Spence under center, high set. Delay handoff to the second back. That's Robinson. He's going to break out of a couple tackles. The ball came loose again. Looks like West Central on the football, do believe, at the Heat 45-yard line.
Robinson with a pickup of 1. Bringing up fourth down.
Pickup of a yard on the play for the Heat. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 9. West Central lining it up to punt. Colt Spence back as McCoy going to drop back inside his own 20. That's going to be a high kick. McCoy going to field it at about the 26 across the 30, 35, 40. Penalty flag comes in as McCoy brought down out of bounds at about the Clipper 45-yard line. We got a penalty, it looks like, on a hold.
There is a flag on the play.
Penalty on the Clippers for a hold. As we're down to 3 minutes to play. Again, running clock here in the second half. So it's a hold on Amboy. Looks like they'll tack that on maybe after the... Nope. Going to mark it down at the 45 of Amboy. Now they're pushing Amboy back. Now they're going to mark it off from the 45, so they'll move it back to the 35. As the clock continuing to wind down, 2:20 to play here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Clippers at their own 35-yard line. Going to be I set. I think we got a new number in at quarterback. We'll get that for you here in just a moment. Bad bobbled snap. And I believe that's Aiden Spinelli, number 6, a 5'5 sophomore, in at quarterback. And it is for the Clippers. See some new numbers out there as well. Number 25, Tucker McCoy. Try and get you some of those new numbers in for the Clippers on offense. So we're down to a minute 40 to play, third quarter. Going to be I set. Spinelli under center. Hand off to the second back. And he's dragging defender for a gain of about 4 or 5, number 35. Jake Dinkus, a 5'10 junior into the ball game for the Clippers, and he'll pick up about 5 on the play and bring up a third down and 5 at the 39-yard line of Amboy. I set, snap, and handoff. Quarterback keeper, it looks like, on the play. No gain on the play, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 5 as we're down to 45 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And it looks like we'll probably see a punt. As we see number 5, Riley Minich, does the punting and kicking for the Clippers. West Central not putting anybody back deep. Good snap. It's going to take a step to the far side, and it gets off a good kick. It's going to take a West Central bounce, hits at the 25, and will carry back to about the 28-yard line. And that will do it for 3 quarters of play as the clock hits 0 at the south end of the field. 54-40 in favor of the Clippers. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient.
Back here for fourth quarter action in Biggs, Illinois. Thanks for tuning in. Chris Frankhauser here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Out in Hulett on the camera duties this evening. We're brought to you by the only furniture store in Bushnell. That's M&B. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offer free delivery within 40 miles. So everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web, www.mnbfurnitureinc.com. Give them a call, 309-772-2111. Central going to come out I formation. And new number in at quarterback for the Heat as well. So maybe some new running backs in as well. Going to be fake the handoff. It's going to be a quarterback keeper across the 30, 35, 40, and up for a first down. Carter Gibb, number 18, the freshman at quarterback now for West Central, and he'll have enough for a Heat first down across the 30 to the 41-yard line. Called a gain of 11.
Carter Gibb with the run for a West Central Heat first down.
First and 10 for the Heat at their own 41-yard line. I set. And we'll get you those new running back numbers in the ballgame as Gibb under center. Let me hand off to the lead back, and he'll go forward maybe for a yard or two. .26, I believe. Gates Troutman on the carry, gain of a couple. And bring up a 2nd and 8 as we're down under 10:40 to play here in the fourth quarter. Amboy 54, West Central 14. Diane Lopez watching from California, number 1, Jose Lopez's grandma. Thanks for tuning in, appreciate it. I set for the Heat, 2nd and 9. Gibb under center. Ready to pitch out to the second back. Looks like number 25, Hayden Lane, is going to cut it back, and he's going to be out close to a first down across the 50 into Clipper territory.
Easton Parker with the run. Bringing up a West Central Heat first down.
And that'll be enough for a first down to the Amboy 47. Actually, it might have been number 20, not 26 on that last carry. Bradley Richards. I set again for the Heat. 1st and 10 from the Clipper 48. Handoff to the lead back. And he's going to be out close to another first down. I believe that was Easton Parker, number 22 again.
Brings up a West Central 2nd down and 1 to go.
Gain of 9 on the play, so it's going to bring up a short 2nd and 1 from the Clipper 39-yard line. I set. Hand off, lead back. Nope, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And we got an early whistle. I don't know if they blew the play dead. Gibb kept the football, was going to fake the pitch. I don't know if there was an inadvertent whistle with the official thinking that the play was blown dead. It's enough for a first down.
West Central Heat first down.
West Central Heat first down as see Coach Kirby, Coach Payne out. As I think we're going to get the send-off for the seniors, maybe? I don't know. It was quite a huddle of Heat players at the 50-yard line. So they're going to call an inadvertent whistle and redo the down.
Congratulations one more time to the West Central.
And they're going to let the 5 seniors for West Central come out. Robinson. Get those seniors for you. Eli Vansel. Nolan Forbes, Jordan Kane. Robinson. Cody Wade. and Keaton Rubush are the seniors listed on the roster for the Heat. Nice touch there by Coach Kirby as we're down to 7:04 to play. As they're going to reset the down markers on the far side due to the inadvertent whistle. And it's going to be a 2nd and 1 again. Ball at the Amboy 39. So it'll be a 2nd and 1 again. I set Gibb under center. Hand off to the lead back. He's going to bounce forward. I think forward progress will have enough for the first down. Easton Parker, I believe, on the carry. No, they're going to say no. So no gain. 3rd and 1 as we're down to 6:45 to play here in the contest. Hoping to, at the conclusion, get a brief chat with Coach Kirby and Coach Payne both. As we're down now to 6:30 to play. I set. Nope, shotgun set. Gibb, 1 setback. Receiver far side. Gibb, high snap. Going to hand off to the running back. Nope, he's going to keep it. Fakes. He's got a man open just out of the reach of the intended receiver on the far side. There's a penalty flag on the play. Coverage on the play by number 25. Tucker McCoy, a senior for Amboy. It's going to be offside on the Clippers, so that'll be enough for a Heat first down as we're down now under 6 to play here in our contest. I'm going to tell you about Howell Enterprises and Howell Trucking. They take your product down the road, near or far. They offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. You can stop by and see Daniel Travis on Route 41 South of Prairie City. Call them at 309-775-3333. I set. Shotgun set. Again, my apologies, Gibb. He's going to roll far side to look to throw. This time he's got nowhere to go. He's going to be swamped under back at about the 43, 44-yard line. I think McCoy, 75. Wyatt File also on the stop. We're also brought to you by Midwest Ice. Do you need ice for upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. In Bushnell, they deliver ice directly to your event. Give Blaine Wrench a call at 309-351-8192 for a quote today. Also, Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Because purple stands out at WIU, there's limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. 2nd and long, and it's going to be a run to the near side by number 22, Easton Parker, and it's going to be a loss of a couple more. Going to push it back beyond the 40 to the 41 as we're down to 4:10 now to play. 3rd and about, call it 16. No, we'll call it 3rd and 17 for the Heat. Back at the the Amboy 41-yard line. Eddie Lopez, congrats to all the West Central seniors. And a nice send-off there by Coach Kirby and company. 3:45 to play. I set Gibb under center. 3rd and about 17. Hand off lead back. That's going to be Parker again. And he's going to go forward maybe for a gain of a yard or so on the play. They're going to move it actually down to the 39. So we'll give him 2 on the carry and bring up a 4th and 15 for the Heat. 3:20 to play here in the contest. As we see Parker check out. And number 23 into the ball game, Mason Shaley. You're going to go for it. Going to send Shaley out to the far side. Shotgun set. Down to 2:50 to play. Yep. Snap, handoff. Fakes the handoff. Is going to look to throw. He's got a man open. Pass a little off to the left of the intended receiver, number 42, Abel Woodsmall, freshman. Looked like, I believe, is the one that was out on that pass play for the Heat. So turnover on downs. We'll give it back to Amboy with 2:20 and counting here in the contest. Be 1st and 10 for the Clippers at the Amboy 40. Again, number 6, Aiden Spinelli in at quarterback for the Clippers now. And they're just in victory formation, going to take a knee as we're down under 2 minutes to play. Spinelli going to wait for the signal from the back judge, I'm assuming, for the count. And he'll take a knee. Down to a minute 30 to play. Again, hoping to have a brief chat with Coach Kirby and Coach Payne here on the postgame show this evening. We're brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, game nights. Check out the TSSR Game Time Live events presented by MDH on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. They are our pre- and post-game show sponsor. Another knee as we're down under a minute to play. The Clippers just have to take maybe one more knee, and that will bring us to a final in this one. 54-14 is the score. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow evening, I8FA playoff pairings will be announced, and as well as the IHSA 11-man, classes 1 through 8. Those playoff pairings and matchups will be set tomorrow night as we're down under 30 seconds to go. Knee taken, and that will do it as Amboy got to come away with the victory to move to not 8-1. What's Central going to fall to 7-2 as both teams well into the playoffs coming up. Starting next weekend, we'll have early next week probably the start times and dates for those playoff games. Again, final 54-14 in favor of the Clippers. We'll be back here in just a moment with a postgame show. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
My philosophy in pediatrics is definitely prevention, early intervention, and advocacy. Being an advocate for my patients is one of the main reasons why I got into pediatrics in the first place. I like working close with families and being able to empower moms, especially first-time moms, or empower any caregiver. MDH Peds gives that family-centered care. My name is Leilani Segura, and
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Back here at West Central High School, 54-14, the final in favor of Amboy. Running down some scores from around the area. Third quarter of FCW 58, BPC 6, Galva 41, West Prairie 20. Let's see what else we have from around the area. Princeville 47, United 0, that in the fourth. Rockridge 35, Hall 14. Atlantic West 34, Elmwood 24. Knoxville 55, Stark County 7. If that score is, let's see, that says third quarter. Let's see what else we got. That looks like it is it. I'll see if we can get an update from our score in A-Town between Rover Williamsfield and the Tornadoes of Abingdon Avon. Still, oh, no, Rover Williamsfield 24, A-Town 8 in the, looks like the third quarter of that one. This is the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink, a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game night, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. 54-14, again, our final. We'll step aside, get some more commercials in for our primary sponsor, MDH, and we'll be back here on the post-game show in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
I'm I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here on a TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and joined by Coach Payne of Amboy. Coach, congratulations. Both you guys coming in on a 7-game winning streak. You guys just kind of came out right from the get-go and kind of dominated control of this game.
Yeah, you know, our kids were ready for this game. You know, conference championship was on the line, and coming down here, it's a long bus trip, but I think they prepared themselves for that. And you know, I think our offensive line come out and just set the tone that first drive when we were moving the ball and scored that touchdown.
Yeah, and got a little bit in the air as well here tonight, and the darndest fumble I've ever probably seen in a game that, you know, Kelly picks up a couple yards and looks like he keeps going. The ball isn't popped out. You can, I called it like a shortstop getting the perfect bounce at short, right in the hand to win, and he takes it to the house. So you guys got a little bit of contributions on all three sides, defensively and offensively, for you guys tonight.
Yeah, you know, I thought our defense played pretty well tonight. Like you said, that fumble that just bounced right in Cody's hands, and sometimes, you know, you get lucky bounces like that. And you know, Cody did a good job picking up and running to the end zone for it. And I do think it was Owen Loomis that caused the fumble, but I'm not for sure. But it was a good play by him too to cause that fumble.
Well, Coach, I know you guys got a long trip up, but now the waiting game. You guys know you're in. Prognosticators, and I'm not one of them, so don't blame me, but looking at you guys, maybe like a 4, 5, 6 range for seating for tomorrow. So that means home game for you guys, and just now sit and wait and see what comes out tomorrow in the pairings.
Yeah, you know, I don't look ahead to none of that. I just, you know, go 1 week at a time. You know, last week, a couple of my assistants were having that conversation, and they're going over all these brackets. And finally, I said to them, guys, why don't you just do what I do and wait till Saturday when the pairings come out, and
right.
then you know where you're at and who you're playing and what's going on. But yeah, you know, a couple people told me we could be a 5, could be a 4 or 6. You know, wherever we land, it's fine. Whoever we got to play is fine. You know, we'll just, like I said, wait till tomorrow when it comes out, and then, you know, we'll go from there.
Big thing is you guys get to play week 10, and it doesn't matter. You're playing football again for at least another week.
Yeah, it's always exciting. You know, playoff time's exciting. It's a great time. It's a great time of year. You know, get to play on Saturday afternoons. That's always fun. You know, the playoffs is just so fun and exciting. It's great for the kids. The kids love it. You know, The town gets fired up for it. They paint the town, paint all the windows, signs up and everything, and it's an exciting time for the year, and it's all about the kids in the end, you know, and they just, I tell them, you know, just enjoy the moment, enjoy the time you got, and just, you know, we take it one game at a time.
Awesome, Coach. We appreciate it. I know you guys got a little long bus trip home, but congratulations on the win, the conference championship, and heading in with some good momentum. You know, bouncing back after a tough loss to Milledgeville, and you guys have really kind of, you know, like you said, taken it a week at a time, and now here you guys are with a good shot in the playoffs, and keep going.
All right, that sounds good.
Thanks,
you.
Coach. Coach Payne here with us on the post-game show, and Coach Kirby, I see he's waiting in the wings. We'll see if we can switch coaches out here and bring him in for a minute. So he's going to congratulate Coach Payne on this. And told Coach Payne, Coach, we're doing this old school. We got one headset working tonight. But, you know, they're like a steamroller. They come out.
Listen, nobody does it better than them.
Right.
I got to be honest. I love watching them on film. Their coaches do it the right way. They've been doing it the right way for a long time.
Right.
I've been around Amboy
Sure.
for 25 or 26 years.
Right.
And, you know, I told Coach Payne afterwards, I go win this thing. They can win it. They're physical. Their kids run downhill, and they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought defensively it didn't kind of, you know, you guys, your bread and butter's on the ground, and they really did a good job of keeping Garner from getting anything when you guys tried to go outside and Kelly up the middle. We were, you know, running at a brick wall almost, essentially.
Yeah, their defensive line did an amazing job not allowing us to get off line of scrimmage. And we couldn't get to the linebackers, and the linebackers are just so darn athletic that when we couldn't get off their defensive linemen to get to the linebackers, our linebackers had free reign to be able to get to us and make tackles. And they're a really good football team. They don't do very much, and what they do very well. And, you know, I wish them the best of luck. I'll root for them as long as they're not playing us.
Right. Well, and that's it. We've seen a lot of teams, not just at 8-man, 11-man, they don't really do a whole lot fancy. They're not going to come out and try and throw all sorts of crazy things at you. They do what they do best and stick to it, and they do it well.
Yeah, and it's a culture that they have. I mean, their kids believe they can run power ISO against anything and against any front. And, you know, if you watch them through the course of the year, they run power ISO against anything and any front. And if you mess around and try and get in something to stun at them, they'll toss the ball to the outside, and they got leverage on you, and they run onto the house with number 4. They do a nice job of really doing things, and their defense is really, really good. They play football like a bunch of wrestlers.
Right. Well, and Coach, you guys did offensively a couple of nice pass plays for you guys. I thought that first one to Garner I just thought Spence just laid that in almost perfectly.
Yeah, we've been saving that for an opportunity when we, you know, to be honest, we had told our kids we were going to save that for the second half when it was, when they weren't going to have a chance at halftime to make an adjustment, and we'd maybe be able to throw that ball twice against them. But since we had to go to it in the first half with the situation we were in, and it was a great ball, and our kids ran it really well. We'd worked really hard on it, but it just kind of nullified the opportunity to continue to use it.
Right. Well, and you know, you send your seniors off, always a classy move to get them out there, get their final goodbyes to the home crowd here. But now you guys, as I talked to Coach Payne, get to look forward. You got a game for Week 10, and again, I'm not a prognosticator, so I'm not going to pretend like I play one, but seeing you guys might go anywhere from maybe a 9-10, maybe a coin toss. It may come down to, I saw in some places that might settle where you guys end up seating-wise.
Yeah, I don't know. It all depends on some other things.
Right.
And, you know, it wouldn't be a coin toss. I think it'd come down to playoff
points.
Our playoff points would be tied, and then we'd be on tiebreakers. I think it goes down to wins against teams that you beat.
Okay.
And I think it'll be close, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we're at Amboy next Saturday at 1.
Well, we saw that last year, didn't we?
We did.
Early on. So hopefully, maybe it might be nice to see somebody you guys don't see. That's the beauty of the playoffs.
It would be, but you know what I said to our kids when we were sitting out there on the 30 after the game was, listen, but okay, you got beat tonight, but this isn't a funeral. I mean, 5 times in our school's history we made the playoffs.
Right.
And we've been fortunate that 4 out of the last 5 years we've been in the playoffs. We've got to enjoy that. We've got to have a great come together on Monday, looking at film and enjoying it and going forward. And trying to play to week
Right,
11.
right, absolutely. Well, Coach, we won't keep you any longer. We appreciate you all year. Every time we've been able over here to get a chance to talk with you guys, and hopefully we'll see you guys someplace next week. Hopefully we can get enough bodies to do all these playoff games for us next week. Run into some problems with that here at the times of the regular season, but we're looking forward to it, and of course we'll be there throughout the playoffs and all the way up to Monmouth again.
Well, I just want to say, as I always say, thank you so much for all the coverage and all the wonderful things you guys do. I know the people in our community think the world of this and think this is a really big deal that we're on like this. And, I know that there's people in Punta Gorda, Florida watching the game tonight, and there's people in Philo, Illinois watching the game tonight, and, of course, there's people here in our community. So it means the world to me.
I bet the people in Punta Gorda are a lot warmer than those of us here.
Yeah, I bet they played golf this afternoon.
Well, bully on them. I'm not a fan of cold weather, so I'm a little jealous. But, Coach, we appreciate it always. Coach Kirby here on the postgame show. Appreciate your help. Coach Kirby here on our JoJo's Gaming Parlor postgame show. That's going to do it for myself, Chris Frankhauser, Adam Hulett here on camera duties. And as we said, the playoffs get underway next week with games next weekend. We'll find out who's going where and all that good jazz coming up tomorrow evening. So for Adam, this is Chris saying so long. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you somewhere down the road next week for some playoff action here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.